are young, gifted, and black, and that's a fact. You are young, gifted, and black. We must begin to tell how young. There's a world waiting for you. Yours is the quest that's just begun. When you're feeling real low, yeah, there's a great truth that you should know. When you're young, gifted, and black, you're so intact. How to be young, gifted, and black. Oh, how I've longed to know the truth. There are times when I look back and I am haunted by my youth. But my joy of today is that we can all be proud to say, to be young, gifted, and black is where it's at. It's where it's at. It's where it's at.
You're listening to WJBR Internet Radio, Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez. And I hope everybody is feeling really, really good today. I am excited to be here. Actually, I'm just excited to be amongst the living right now. And if you're listening to my voice, I'm sure you are too. Today's show is dedicated to all of those legendary singers who have come and gone, actually, who've passed, who left us a treasure of music. And we're blessed to have had them. And with that, I'm just going to play a little more music, and we'll wait for our special guest, Miss Mickey Braden, and our co-hostess, Terez, to join us on the show. So we'll do that.
Esa negrita que va caminando, esa negrita tiene su tumbao, y cuando la gente la va mirando, ella baila de lado, también apretado, apretado, apretado. La negra tiene tumbao, azúcar, azúcar, y no camina de lado. Si quieres llegar derecho, mejor camina de frente, para que no hayan tropiezos y vengas y te lamentes. Si quieres llegar derechito no camina de lado. La negra tiene tumbao. Tiene tumbao. Anda derechito, no camina de lado. Diosa de la noche, dulce como el melao. Otra como ella yo nunca he encontrado. Ven aquí para poder compartir, porque eres tú la negra linda que me hace feliz. Otra no quiero, eres tú la que me da inspiración. Sin ti me muero, me hace falta más que mi corazón. Otra no quiero, si no estás siendo desesperación. Sin ti me muero, siempre me desespera mi vocación. Tiene tumbao, anda derechito, no camina de lado. Diosa de la noche, dulce como el melao. Otra como ella yo nunca he encontrado. Esta negrita tiene tumbao. Todos la siguen por su caminado. Esta negrita tiene tumbao. Todos la siguen por su caminado. La negra tiene tumbao y no camina de lado. Esa negrita que va caminando, esa negrita tiene su tumbao. Y cuando la gente la va mirando, ella baila de lado, bien apretado, apretado, apretado. ¡Azúcar! La negra tiene tumbao. Tiene tumbao, tiene tumbao. Y no camina de lado. Tiene tumbao, tiene tumbao. ¡Ay, tumbao! ¡Ay, tumbao! Nunca camina de lado, de lado. La negra tiene tumbao. Tiene tumbao, tiene tumbao. Y no camina de lado. Nunca camina de lado, de lado. La negra tiene tumbao. Tiene tumbao, tiene tumbao. Nunca camina de lado. Nunca camina de lado, de lado.
Hey.
Can you hear me in here? Can you hear this? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know.
Yes.
You can hear? You can hear me? Okay, because for some reason I cannot hear myself in
Oh.
the headset, and that is odd. But anyway, I'm glad that I can hear you. I can see you, and you look great. You look groovy. What's going on, girl?
If only you do.
What happened? What happened?
Oh gosh, it's just a lively morning today.
Yes, I will say that. I agree. Okay. We'll pass on the deets. Now I can hear myself.
Got you.
Can you hear me better? Am I coming through better, or is it just
About the same.
about the same?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But at least I can hear myself. So that means if I start up an Instagram live, then they should be able to hear me too. But I'm trying to wait until Ms. Mickey comes on to make sure I have access to my phone. Good morning, Pops.
Good morning, Pop.
Wepa. I was playing Miss Celia Cruz, and my mother is calling because we are not doing. I know why she's calling. You know what I should? You know what I should do? I should put her on the spot and put her on the phone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's call Mom right back because I cut her off. That was so rude, and you don't do that to moms.
Mm-mm.
To Mummy. Can you hear the phone ring?
They're all isolation right now. You can't do that to moms.
Hi, Mom. Yes, we are on, and you're on the air. Yes, you are. But I'm not doing it the way that you normally would listen. So I don't think you, unless I keep you on here on the phone, is the only way you'll be able to hear. Can you hear me well? No, you can't call in like you usually do. Not today. Oh, you did? Really? You know what? Yeah, but don't worry about that. We're not doing that today. Today, we're just doing this. So if you can hear me through this, then you're good. Or not. And I'll record it and send it to you later. Well, thanks for putting that out on the air. Terez.
Yeah. I hear her very little, but I heard her say hi to Rez.
Yeah,
So
she said hi to Rez. Well, I'm glad that everybody couldn't hear everything that she said. That's why she's getting cut off. I'm just saying. But Mom, I love you, and I will talk to you and Grandma later on, okay?
hey, Grandma.
All right. Excuse me? You're not gonna be able to hear anything. So if you can hear it through the if you can hear it, then that's great. Um but we won't be taking calls today actually. So, all right, but I'll talk to you after the show. All right, love you. Bye.
Does she have Facebook?
She does, but she won't. Trust me. It'll be an hour show teaching her how to watch on Facebook. Trust me. It won't go well. Yeah. Yeah. So Ulysses Pop says, "Good morning, family," and he is ready for his brunch in the basement, as am I. Now I sent Mickey the link also.
Okay.
And, let's hope that goes well. But so today is the last Saturday in March. As we know, March is Women's Month, and I thought that it would be a good idea to, just to play some music and talk about some of the legendary women of the past. Those who passed on but left us with great
Ooh.
music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, actually, there's a lot more people gone than are here, and we won't be able to get through everybody. But I asked for Miss Mickey to come on the show in particular because she is very well versed in those artists of the past, like you know, um, Ethel Waters and Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey and so forth and so on. So, um, but what I'm going to do right now is I'll play a little bit of some people I think is soulful who um who left us a little more recently, I guess.
Mm.
So yeah, let's do that. And I'll try to contact Mickey and make sure that she got her link and is able to come on. All right. Groovy. For those of y'all not watching and just listening, Terez is nodding yes.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry because I'm sorry. I have a mouthful of sea moss. Good morning and yes.
Yeah. And good morning to everybody listening. Hi, James Saunders. How you doing? And Loretta, how you doing? And everybody who's watching and listening, however you're doing it, please click like, love if you can, share the links.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Right there. There's a button somewhere. Right there, right somewhere. Just click link. Click the link that says subscribe. Please do that.
Yeah.
And then you'll be notified, I guess, whenever we go on. And
Yeah.
seems like we've been doing a lot more recently, like popping up in the middle of the week just because we can. And I think we will probably do a little bit more of that, at least until this crisis is over. I just feel like I want to reach out and touch you all and let you all know that I love you all. How you doing, Sonia? Good morning, darling. And yeah, so let's get to a little bit of music and then I will try to find Ms. Mickey. She's out there somewhere. I know she is.
Good morning, Reverend Jerry Lee.
Hey, Reverend Jerry Lee. How you doing, darling? We love you. Let's go.
What's up, man? Man, what was you doing, man? What's up with that? Man, I was doing Hey, yo, man, look at my eyes. What's up? I've been hanging out at the Fantasia, you know, they be dropping their hands over up there. Hey, man, what's up with your friend? Yeah, you tell me that. Females is on my Hey, on my step. I'm on the money. Hey, on my Bozak. Hey, Mike, you got that, man? You got that, man? Hey, man, I got the cosmos. Hey, man, go ahead, take it to the cosmos. I said, I got the cosmos. Look, that breeze going down 165th Street past that mall. Oh, man, don't do it to me. Oh, man, she look like Betty Boop. Betty Boop. Betty Boop. I put it through. Betty Boop and the alley-oop was jumping up and down. Said Betty Boop, the alley-oop, don't hit me in my songs the other night. And I seen Chet, man. Hey, some big Chet, man. Some big Chet. Hey, man, he grabbed his free by the tail of all. And spin it around and back and back. Jumped up and down and did the step. Oh, man. Hey, man, come here. Let's be okay. Hey, what's up, Ernie? Hey, be God over here. What's that? Hey,
Jamaica funk, that's what it is. Let it get into you. Fucking for Jamaica. If you feel it, let it get into you. Jamaica funk, that's what it is. Let it get into you.
Hey, man. Big Tom Brown.
Knocking on the door. I don't want you no more. I'm locking up. I've done enough.
Hello.
Girlfriend, my Romeo, you'll never get the show. Oh my love, but tonight
Is this some black and white?
has no room in it. Don't you think tomorrow we will make love? Can't believe this ain't a love.
You did that?
Blue, padlock in my heart. You and I, padlock in my heart. Padlock in my heart. You ain't welcome here no more. I'm locking up the door. I'm locking up the door. I don't love you no more. I'm locking up. I'm locking up. I packed your things and left them in the hallway. And my telephone number hasn't changed. Morning ring and use the cash to celebrate. I'm being alone, so get this through your brain. Happy, free, and ready for some new love. You're not for me, I never was. You're blue, so I'm padlock in my heart. You and I are finished. Padlock in my heart. Love is addicted. Padlock in my heart. You ain't welcome me. No, I'm locking up the door. I'm locking up the door. I don't love you no more. Locking up. Go on, hit the road, Jack, and I'll help you. If you leave right away, it would make my day. Don't wanna see you, 'cause I don't need you. Oh no, I don't love you no more. I don't love you no more. I've done enough complaining to my girlfriend. Romeo, you'll never get a change. You're all my love, but tonight release it. 'Cause my heart has no room in it for pain. Don't you think tomorrow we will make up? Can't believe this ain't of love. You blew it. So I'm padlock in my heart. You and I are finished. Padlock in my heart. Love is 50-50. Padlock in my heart. You ain't welcome here no more. I'm locking up the door. I'm locking up the door. I don't love you no more. I'm locking up. I don't wanna see you, 'cause I don't need you. No. I don't wanna see you. I don't need you. No. I don't wanna see you. I don't need you. No. Don't wanna see you. I don't need you.
Hey, the
Now
legendary.
that's what's up. Uh-oh.
Oh my, she got a place voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Almost, almost did it again. How you doing, P Boogie? Loretta, everybody, just so that everybody knows, we're only playing music today of the legendary divas, women
Women.
who have contributed to jazz, gospel, even maybe some house, some
Music.
R&B, just music. Women who have given us their soul. And you know what? I figured out as I was uploading music and looking for music, and Miss Mickey did give me some suggestions and whatnot.
Okay.
Most of these women went through some stuff, man.
Went through some stuff, right?
Regardless of what era you start with, these women have all gone through some stuff.
Well, I think you said it best. Gave us their souls. So yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah, facts. Now, I'm gonna play a song by someone we all know and loved. This is a collaboration she did with Missy Elliott. We all know her from doing music with her girls, Tion and Chile. And this one she does with Missy Elliott and her little sister, I believe. Her little sister, Raindrop. But anyway, let's check this out. And after this song, we're going to bring on Miss Mickey, who's going to help us to take it back a little bit. But right now, this is Left Eye. Let's see what she do with this. Exclusive suckers.
Yeah, come on. We're gonna do this one right here. I like this. Let's just do it. See, when I wanna do something, I just do what I feel, you know what I'm saying? I just do it straight from the heart. So we can do it and do it. Let's go. Nobody never understood me better. A true friend forever. That's why I'm writing you this love letter. Despite my ways, through every phase, you brought me better days. Withstood the craze. From the beginning, Wendy Hill, the black menace. When I was sagging denim and let you get up in them until I damaged. When I selected another, but we managed to stay connected. When you expected to see me naked, I couldn't let it 5 years and you still respect it. Now check it, give me a second to unwind. You'll find all the pain and misery. It nearly blew my mind. Can't no fame and chivalry compared to losing time. I'll explain my history aboard the cruise at night. Don't be late, cause I would hate to cross the 7 seas in the windy breeze without your fantasies. Let's do it. Let's just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Oh yeah. Let's just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it, do it. Do it, do it, do it, oh yeah. Let's just do it, Let's see, I'm the EELLIOTT. They call me Missy E. I'm CUTE. You like the way I do it? I put my foot into it. Tell them haters they mad. They can't do it like I do it. They used to call me fat. They used to say I'm ugly. And now I'm making records, groupies screaming that they love me. I got them dollar bills. I make a lot of cheese. Bitch, yo, can't do it like me. And when you see me in the club, I'm looking fresh. And when you see me on the street, I'm looking fresh. And when you see me all the time, I'm looking fresh. I got my hair and my nails done. I'm so fresh, baby. Whatever you wanna do, I like this. Let's just do it. It's up to you. Yeah. Let's do what you want to do. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah. Come on. Let's just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Do it. Do it, yeah. Do it. Got my little sis Raindrop. Let's just do it. Do it. And do it. And breathe, man.
Yes, raindrop, I'm spitting hip hop. Don't walk all over me because I'm not a flip flop. I'm the apprentice on the music scene. Learning from the best, it's not easy being great. Cause I'm a rainbow, bright, digital, funky booster. Landing in a game, attacking like a paratrooper. Never underestimate the power of rain. Don't leave your drop top down, soaking in the sun rays. Cause when you do, I'm coming through, splatter lyrics on you like it was a tattoo. No, I'm not changing, don't wanna fit in. I'm coming as is, yeah, I'm talking square biz. Take it or leave it, to leave or seize it. The day you achieve it, just do it and be an explorer. Like my friends over, keep your head above water. Just do it.
103.3.
Yo, yeah,
In black.
let's just do it. That left eye, TLC, Missy Elliott, and me, Raindrop Lopez.
I like this.
Carpe diem, just do it and do it and
And
do
no
it.
brother grind. Let's just do it.
That was nice.
Yes. That's Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Missy Elliott and her little sister Raindrop and everybody. This is the incomparable Ms. Mickey Braden, who has joined us on the show.
With my light in my hand.
I'm about to stand and make. Okay, all right. I'll be next. So how you doing, Ms. Mickey?
Oh, I'm going crazy trying to put this thing on my laptop since you didn't text me to what, 5 minutes ago?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You know, I'm last minute. Control.
Hey, Mickey. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to be seen.
Yeah, amen.
Now that's true. That is definitely true. So I asked you to come on, Mickey, because I've been wanting to I had planned this from the beginning of the month actually. And as you
Oh,
see,
yeah, okay. Yeah.
and I told you yesterday, right? You know, I'm a little behind and everything, but this whole Rona done got me all mixed up and messed up and everything. So, you know, I digress.
Okay.
What I wanted to do was in this month, Women's Month, with a tribute sort of to all of the legendary women who have added to the fabric of our musical lives, to our, who've also influenced the next generation, and then the next generation is influenced by them, and then the next,
Yeah.
it's like a never ending cycle. Prayerfully is never ending, because if it is, that means we're all dead. But each one teach one, reach one. That's sort of how it goes. And
Shoulders we stand on.
right, and we don't, people don't talk about the Ma Rainey's of the world the way they deserve. It's not like you die and then that's it. Like your music still stands, and what you've contributed to the world is still in the fabric of the music. It's still in the chords, it's still in the riffs. Some people think they're doing some original shit, but they ain't.
Nothing.
So you know more about all of this than I do. So what's your thoughts, Mick? What's your thoughts?
Well, the thing is people don't want to look back. They want to feel that they're on the edge, and don't refuse to believe that what they've done has been done before. But if you don't look back, you don't know where you're going.
This is true. This is true. You have to. So I just mentioned Ma Rainey, right? I think I picked something up from her. But what could you tell us about Ma Rainey?
Ma Rainey was probably, she was considered the mother of the blues. She's the one that basically trained Bessie Smith. Bessie wound up touring with her and the Rabbit Foot Minstrels. And they did tent shows all around wherever they could get to. And she kind of started the craze of the blues woman, the blues queen, you know. So she's like the pioneer in that era. Bessie is the one that fine-tuned it. So it made it more worldwide.
Okay. All right. So let's play a little bit of Ma Rainey just so the people can hear what that sound like. And everybody just take it into consideration that they didn't have the technology that we have right now. And so all of this is authentic musicians, no auto tune. They didn't have technicians in the booth and all that stuff. They had some tape and a paper bag. Okay, so you check this out.
Went out last night, had a great big fight. Everything seems to go around. I looked up to my surprise. The gal I with was gone. Where she went, I don't know. I mean to follow everywhere she goes. Folks said I'm crooked. I didn't know where she took it. I want the whole world to know. They say I do it. Ain't nobody caught me. You got to prove it on me. Went out last night with a crowd of my friends. There must be women, 'cause I don't like no men. It's true I wear a collar and a tie. Make the wind blow all the while. But the say I do it. Ain't nobody caught me. They sure got to prove it on me. Yeah, I do it. Ain't nobody caught me. Sure got to prove it on me. I went out last night with a crowd of my friends. It must be women, 'cause I don't like no men. Wear my clothes just like a fan. Talk to the girl just like any old man. Say I do it. Ain't nobody caught me. Sure got to prove it on
Hey.
Exclusive.
Let's talk about them lyrics, okay?
Ma Rainey, shout out.
You know what you're talking about.
Hey, because we act like we the first people ever been gay, ever had LGBT music, LGBT pride, only one.
LGBT artists.
You know what I'm saying?
You remember that song I had you? Well, I asked you not to play it, but you played it. It was one of those Bordello songs, Shave and Dry.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nasty version of what this is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to listen to that, Terez. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, mom was very outrageously gay, lesbian, whatever you want to call it. And even though she had a husband, people don't understand just because you got a husband don't mean you ain't a lesbian. But
heck no, Roseville.
What's wrong?
This is Terez agreeing with you.
No, I understand. But the thing about it with Ma, in those times, the roaring 20s and everything, gays and lesbians were very big. They were very big in the community. Harlem, they had the drag queens, they had a little bit of everything. My I had to say this because in the movie that Queen did, they had Ma in a suit, and she didn't wear suits, really. She sang the song about it, but she didn't wear the suits. You know, there was a woman named Gladys Bentley that was a male impersonator. Her big song was St. James Infirmary. You know, and so she had a lot of the women back in those days. But there's another one I think Ma does called Boy in the Boat. And think about, that you know what that is too. You know? Yeah, but it's not new. And none of it is new.
She said, I went out with some friends. It must have been women
because I don't like
men. And can't nobody prove it on me.
That's right.
Can't prove it.
Nope.
I ain't get busted, but I was in it. And now you said a few minutes ago that Bessie she made it right. Would you say
right? I don't know if I would say right. She refined it.
She refined it. And it, for those of you who don't know, Miche did the hell out of the devil's music in a one-woman show that she's done and continues to do all over the world, and just it's an outstanding show, and I personally have seen it, like I don't even know how many times I went to see it, Miche. Not just, you know, oh, I'm gonna go support my friend. You go support your friend and go see it one time. Okay, I seen it. I went already. Right. I went already. Right. But every time I hear about it, and whenever you do it again, once Rona go back home wherever she came from.
Oh, once she die. How about that? Let's just kill the bitch.
Yeah. Right. But if you do it again, you let me know, and if it's within my means, I will go see it again. She portrays Bessie Smith. She does her life story, and she brings Bessie back to life. So tell us, Miche, why Bessie?
I thought that she was a very, very interesting character. And Joe Brancato, who directed it, asked me, he said, well, what do you want to do? I said, I want to play Bessie Smith. This is late 90s. He and I tried to write it ourselves, but it was a little bit too much because he's running his own theater. I was doing other stuff. So he got Angelo Pera, who's an amazing playwright. We met once a month for 2 years. We could put the music into it, but he didn't believe that she would have been a great subject. So I had to arrange some music and sing it and show him how it would have been done if, you know, if it was in real good recordings. You know, the recordings did not sway him. But as soon as I put the funk on them blues, he said, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But she has a story. She was an amazing writer. She was an entrepreneur. She danced, she sang, she wrote songs. I mean, she was just amazing. And I figured, you know, you got to know about these people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. Like you said, you know, Queen Latifah did the movie, but somehow, and shout out to Queen Latifah. I wish she would do the Pearl Bailey movie, because she looked like Pearl Bailey.
She does.
Right? Does she? Right? Yeah. So I wish she would just do. I wish she would do that. However, it's something. Even though with a movie you can tell more of the story, you can see, you can visualize it because they're putting it right there for you. But I have to say, The Devil's Music, your one-woman show, brought her to life even more so than the movie. So I just wanted to say that for the world to hear. And let's play a little bit of Bessie so that people can hear a song by Bessie Smith. This is what she sounds like a little bit.
lived a life of a millionaire. Spending my money, I didn't care. I carried my friends out for a good time, buying bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. When I began to fall so low, I didn't have a friend and no place to go. So if I ever get my hands on a dollar again, I'm gonna hold on to it till them eagles grin. Nobody knows you when you down and out. In my pocket, not one penny, and my friends, I haven't any. But if I ever get on my feet again, then I'll meet my long lost friend. It's mighty strange, without a doubt. Nobody knows you when you down and out. I mean when you down and out. When you down and out, not one penny, and my friends, I haven't any. I done felt so low.
Yes.
Nobody wants me round that door. Without a doubt, no man can use you when you down and out. I mean when you down and out.
That's the main thing.
I keep
That song, you know, that was the theme song of the stock market crash in 29.
really.
Her version, I think it was done by someone else. I can't remember who, but that was a song they did. Now we need a song for now. You
See?
know, with all the craziness that's going on, we need a song. You know, so but she was yeah, I mean, you can hear the jazz influences coming in to the music with that trumpet solo and everything. It's, you know, she just started moving things upward.
Absolutely, absolutely. Something about, you know, the voice, the vocals, and the passion. Even though they had a different style of singing back then,
Yeah.
there's some people who got away with not having a strong voice from back then, because you didn't have to be able to blow the way later on you had to be able to sing, I think. Even though we have some people now that get away with not being able to sing, but for different reasons.
Microphones and auto tune
And being half-ass naked, you know, some people just get naked on stage and dance around and say something. We like, oh,
come on, Lizzo, come on through.
Love her. I love her.
I ain't mad at the half-naked women though. I'm sorry.
Love Lizzo.
Whose voice does she sound like though? Who does she sound like she's influenced?
That's a good question, Mickey.
Yeah.
You know,
Mahalia Jackson.
who?
Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I could hear that. You know what? Now that you mentioned Mahalia, let's talk about her for a minute, because you were in a play with her and Terez's dear friend
Frenchie.
Yes. And that was the first time outside of American Idol that I had seen Frenchie sing, and the only time I actually saw her do something live like that.
Mhm.
That
Beast.
show, that
She
show
was so good in that. I was her musical director as well as being the other woman in the play. But she took everything that I said, because there's a certain thing that younger singers do that they don't understand phrasing.
Right, right.
You have to finish the sentence with the same breath that you started it in, and she took that to heart and really brought the life of Mahalia out there. I really enjoyed working with her.
Excellent job. And really the dinner lunch thing with, I guess it must have been dinner that we had afterwards.
Yeah, hot tomatoes.
Was amazing. I don't think that Frenchie really remembers me from that, but I would never forget her from that. This was pre-Obama, and this was pre her being sold on Obama. And
yeah, she used to talk politics all the time in rehearsal. And
yeah,
I had to, like, throw that away.
yes, and she was talking politics, and there was some other things that she had not experienced up until that point that we talked about, which ooh, see, and
But now,
can we do another screen?
I'm saying, like,
I love it.
when the next time, see, we've had her on the show, Mickey, but I did mention that, oh yeah, I went to see you with Miss Mickey and it was a wonderful thing, but I didn't try to remind her of that conversation because I follow Frenchie.
And A Chronicles, all of it.
Yeah, my mom be listening to the show, so I didn't really want to take her there. And get blessed out in front of my mother. So I just let that go.
I hope she didn't hear that song that you played by mistake.
No, I didn't play that. I didn't play that.
Okay.
You keep talking about, I'm gonna play it now.
Okay. Your funeral.
No, my mom ain't listening now. I cut her off. I'll talk to her later. Today, actually, just an FYI, is my grandmother's 99th birthday.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
And so I was prior to all of this planning a birthday party for her. Obviously, we can't do that until after this nonsense is gone. But I will be spending some quality telephone time with her after the show.
Your grandmother's the sassy one, right?
Oh yeah, she is the diva. She is the diva. I just didn't want any distractions when I talk to her today, and spend as much time on the phone as she wants to, and that's going to be hours.
Yeah,
that woman has not lost a beat. She's still the sharp as a tack, and mind and body. She's more healthy than me. She is fabulous. She is divified, and she's still trying to date my friends. Cut that shit out, Grandma. Just and some of my friends think it's funny, and they be like, "Yeah, you can call me Grandpa." I'm like, "Yo, man, chill with that." You know what I'm saying? That ain't funny.
Sorry.
But Grandma be the turn them out, Terez.
And exactly. She will turn it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no!
Recently, your grandmother is, all due respect, is a beautiful, beautiful song.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, she's and
sassy
and sassy and all of that. So, and that's the other thing I think that influenced this show for me. That I wanted to play music throughout her lifetime, which is about 100 years worth of music.
Yeah.
And God, if you say that
talk to her about this music.
My grandmother is very difficult to
it's her birthday. Don't be talking like that about her.
Exactly, man.
I'm just keeping it real. Okay. All right. So grandma has her, let me not say difficult. Difficult for me. I'm the one that's challenged. She's not challenged at all. But what she says is what she says.
Yes.
Um so if I say, so grandma, do you like Bessie Smith? She will say, why in the hell are you talking to me about that old music? See, she's not. I want to talk about Beyonce, honey. She is beautiful. That's my grandmother. My grandmother is a Beyonce fan, and that's it right now. So
Well,
what she will talk about is how Roberta Flack bit her at some party or something like that. You know, well, what about that? Yeah. And my grandmother grew up with Red Fox. She was friends with him.
Red.
You know, I can get some bits and pieces out of her from time to time about the music that I love. Like, I fell in love very early on with Billie Holiday. My godmother was a Billie, the way I love, y'all know who I was trying not to think about her, but damn, Shaka Khan.
Yes. Let me rock it.
Yeah. The way I love.
I understand that, but you should let her know, because that music wasn't old music when she was younger.
Yeah.
It would be something to find out, how did they react to that music? Were their parents telling them they couldn't do it because it's the devil's music, like the play, or were they boogieing? Because jazz was the dance music of the old 40s.
I can tell you this: nobody ever told my grandmother what she couldn't do.
Ooh, I can believe that.
My grandmother was raised by my great grandfather, her father. I wish I had pictures now that I'm speaking about. I have pictures of my great grandfather, who was a young stud. So let me just briefly tell you the story. My great grandfather was a numbers runner. He was a bootlegger.
Oh my God, so was my grandmama.
Yeah, he did his thing, and he did it well because he was very wealthy. His parents, his father was a freed slave, and his mother was a Native American woman who suffered with crippling arthritis. So they lived in the house with my great grandfather and my grandmother. My great grandfather got a 16-year-old girl pregnant with my grandmother. And when she had the baby, he took the baby and told my great grandmother, be gone. This is my child. Took my grandmother to his girlfriend and said, you move in the house and you gonna raise this baby with me. This is the one he wanted, and that's what he did. He lived in a big house, and he was friends with all the local sheriffs and all this other stuff. I guess he was giving them cutbacks. This is why he was able to live in the way he did. According to my grandmother, her hand-me-downs went to the young Jewish children.
Oh.
Right? He was murdered when my grandmother she thought she was 13, but then later on, we found out that her date of birth was a different actual date.
Mm.
So she was actually 2 years younger than she thought she was, or 2 years older. 2 years. 2 years older. Yeah, which to her, oh my God, to her chagrin. So when I talk to my grandmother, even about like Jim Crow laws and so forth and so on, she didn't seem to be as affected as the rest of the world. Like, I said, well, grandma, the movie theaters was segregated. She said, so we had our part and they had their part. It was fine with me. And if they called me nigga, I called them whitey. And that was that. And I kept it moving. Like, so my grandmother, like, she just, white people love me. I'm like, okay, grandma, they love you. Okay. Who am I to say? So her experience is a very unique a Black American experience. She just was not as affected as the rest of us in some ways. Although she won't acknowledge it in that way. in the way that most of us acknowledge. Like she'll acknowledge that there was segregation, but she thought so highly of herself that was on them. Then they couldn't be next to her. Good. Bye-bye. Be gone. I need space anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, some people feel that integrating messed up the Black community.
Yeah.
We had our own laws and our own rules and our own everything, you know. And, when
we had businesses.
I remember when we moved into a neighborhood that was up in West Detroit, and we were the 4th Black family there. Everybody else on the block was white. And I remember I went off to college a few years later, came back, everybody was Black.
Yeah. That's how it happened. And my grandmother ain't too fond of Black people either. So just be clear about that. All right. It ain't like she just wanted to be with her people.
Right.
That no.
And Rock's family said, I like Black people, but I hate niggas.
Yeah, basically. and I could tell y'all more offline.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Yeah, but I will say this, that every single somebody that I have introduced my grandmother to, they love her, want to be around her. All of the feminine women, because now I know feminine women don't like to be called femmes, y'all femmes, but feminine women want to be her.
Anyway, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
They want to
I have a thing about that.
Yeah, I know, whatever. I'm good. And I'm sweating, but that's all right.
It's all right, Scorpio.
I'm of a certain age, right? So I must, right? So yeah, so that's grandma's story, and she can talk you under the table, and I will be happily let her talk me under the table, and on cue say,
we were supposed to be doing her column. You know, she's supposed to have 5 minutes.
Okay.
Column. I don't understand what happened with that. I think I need to write the sponsors or somebody. Oh, hey, wait, that's us. Okay.
Yeah, we need to
write somebody.
Speak to the producer who.
I think it was the 5 minutes.
That's gonna be the hard part, because once
right, exactly.
Oh no, another Shaka Khan thing. Once she gets started, it's hard to stop. Okay. So just so that y'all know, if you're not seeing, Patricia Porter is commenting, everybody's blessed. Sonia says is blessings to grandmother. Everybody saying happy birthday to my grandma. Yes, grandma, we love you. Hey KG, if you're listening, watching in, what's up, baby? Monique Johnson says hi. Wow, Mickey, good to see you. We were in Japan together. Nice seeing her again. And Monique Johnson is the world traveler. That's what's up. Patricia says beauty was a thing that was treated differently, even for those of color. Her great grandmother was also Native American. See, P Boogie, the more you know. The more you know. Beauty and skin tone and hair grade all became a big part of what was pretty versus not. I don't know about fame. I think in this country it always has been from days of slavery. You know, the light skin, the half master's child, and so forth and so on. That I think was perpetuated via slavery and has continued. And, it is what it is. You know, black is beautiful. What Red Fox say, from bright light to dark brown to, I mean, he had this whole mellow yellow, I don't know, whatever. He had this thing he used to say. But we are the rainbow, and I think you put a little chocolate in anything and it's beautiful. God.
Amen.
So I want to go back, talk a little bit again about the play that you and Frenchie did.
Okay.
And there was a song that she sang And it was at the point that Satchmo allegedly called her. You said, it's Louis Armstrong on the phone or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Picked up the phone and he was trying to get her to go on the road with him. And she said, oh no, I'm going to live the life of the song. And I thought that song was written for the show. It's that. See, now that song I thought was a Mickey Braden original, but I found out that Mahalia Jackson actually sang that song and really tried to live the life based on the song that she sang. That's a tall order from anybody.
Well, she didn't want to say anything that was church.
Wait. Somebody did different. It's echoing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I haven't touched anything. I've been
No.
Yeah, I heard somebody, I think Mickey went in and out for a second.
Yeah.
How you talk now, Mickey? Say something.
Hola. What the fuck?
Okay, it is time for us to play Mahalia Jackson, I think. I'm gonna play that song right now. Let's do it. Oh no, actually, Precious Lord. Play the other one. Okay.
Mickey, can you have Facebook on too?
What do you do?
You have the Facebook on or the app open?
I have the StreamYard open.
Okay, StreamYard's good. Okay.
All right. Yeah, some there's a little in and out or something. Okay, I found it, Mick. Here we go.
I'm gonna live the life I sing about in my soul. I'm gonna stand right, always shun the wrong. If I'm in a crowd, if I'm alone, walking down the street in my home, I've got to live the life I sing about in my song. I'm gonna live the life I sing about in my song. I'm gonna stand for right, always shine the wrong. If I'm in a crowd, if I'm alone, walking down the street in my home, I've got to live life I sing about in my song. Every day, in every way, on the busy thoroughfare, folks may watch me, some may spot me, say I'm foolish, but I don't care. I can't go to church, shout all this Sunday, go out and get drunk and red, sad on a Monday. I've got to live the life I sing about in my soul. I'm gonna live the life I sing about in my song. I'm gonna stand for right and always showing the wrong. If I'm a crowd, if I'm alone, walking down the street in my home, I'm gonna live the life I sing about. Yeah, in my soul.
There's two things that I love about this song. When the piano started playing, he was playing too fast. When she started singing, she brought him to her tempo.
Oh, okay.
And I love that. And this song, you can hear the blues influence.
Yes, yes. I was listening for that, Mickey. Like you said, you could hear Bessie Smith a little bit in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Thomas Dorsey, I don't know if he wrote this one, he may have, but you know, he was known as Georgia Tom, worked with Ma Rainey, wrote her song.
Okay.
He started hacking gospel songs, and Mahalia was his songstress that would travel with him.
Oh, okay.
So that blues influence, where, you know, I think the blues came first before the gospel.
That's something. I just want you to know that there has been a request for you to sing something, Mickey.
From who?
Who?
Who is it?
Monique Johnson.
Okay, what you want?
Monique, you have made a request and your request will be heard if you can think of the song that you want for Mickey to sing. Quite frankly, you could sing anything and I'd be happy, Mickey. What can't you sing? What can't you sing?
There's a few things.
She said, I thought Mickey was going to break out in any moment and start singing. Well, if you give her a specific song, she will sing. Come on now.
No, the thing is you go ask for it, know what you want.
Yeah. That was kind of sexy.
That's layers. That's so many layers right there.
She said, teach Mickey. Well, come on, Monique. What you want? Monique.
You can say whatever's in your heart, Mickey. Whatever's in your heart.
Right now it's about eating. I'm hungry. I'm getting ready for the function at the junction. Do I better come on right now? Yeah, because everybody's gonna be there. We got people coming from everywhere. We got LinkedIn to China. Long, we just don't let the
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
That was Shorty Long from Motown. He was a little person. He couldn't reach the pedals on the organ. He had a Great Dane that Earl Van Dyke told me that he used to punch in the face because he could see it eye to eye.
Wow. Now that's something.
Oh, you missed a treat, Monique. That gotta get that sound up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Monique, she done
Oh.
sang. You done missed it. You done missed it. So let me see now. Since we did gospel, let's
Did we do gospel? Was that gospel?
yeah, that
Mahalia Jackson. No, not the one I just did.
I would yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I thought that was more bluesy, man.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Thomas Dorsey, all that blues was put into the music, mainly because like Church of God in Christ are the first ones that brought instruments into the church. Because they saw all the people going crazy at the clubs. They wanted to compete and have musicians in their church, and they started doing the music the same with religious lyrics.
So you saying the church was competing with the clubs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I mean, they wanted to get the crowds in there just like the church did. I mean, like the clubs did. The clubs was packed.
But you can see that even now.
Yeah.
If you listen to music, gospel music, you can tell what era it is based on what the R&B music or the soul music is of the day. If you listen to now what our contemporary gospel music sounds like, it doesn't sound like what what's his Andre Crouch music. And Andre Crouch music sounds more like what was going on during that time with rhythm and blues. So
exactly. That's why I did the parodies when I was minister of music.
Right.
Is some people haven't gone to church, but they'll recognize this song. Right. You know, if I change the lyrics and it brings them in because it's something familiar.
Right.
That's why it always baffled me why everybody lost their mind. All the Christians lost their mind when Kirk Franklin started doing what he was doing. And you know, to read that people were upset when Sam Cooke did gospel, you know, well, it's the same, it's interchangeable anyway. You just change it. You know what? Let me just say this and then I'm gonna move on a little bit. God created romantic love and blessed us with romantic love so that we could procreate.
How about what P Boogie just said? We left the church, we left the club and went to church though.
Yeah. And a lot of times the certain churches started late because they knew the folks was just getting home at about 5 or 6. They need to wash their butt, not come to church in their their cab clothes.
You know?
Yeah.
So Mickey, so let's stay back in the day a little bit for a minute and let's do Sister Rosetta Thorpe, a gospel blues gospel.
Now, she did both.
Yes. And she played the guitar, correct?
Yes.
Yes. But
she was considered the mother of rock and roll.
Yes. Godmother. I think they say godmother, right?
Yeah.
That most of the guitarists in the rock field were influenced by her. You know, she was bad. She was bad. But she used to sing at the Cotton Club. But because she sang secular music as well as gospel, the gospel people get upset. They are very possessive about their singers and stuff.
Gospel people just always be upset. That's it. The end, period. I said it. Love you, but they just be mad. You know, like, you got Jesus, be happy, you know. Anyway,
we all got him.
That's the problem. They don't like that. They don't like to know that we all got Jesus. They want to have Jesus all to themselves, which is anti-Jesus. I don't understand. That's like not Jesus-like. It's not anti-Jesus, just not Jesus-like. You're supposed to want to be Christ-like. That's what's supposed to be Christian. But no, they want to be greedy, selfish, and no. Okay.
See, that's a whole other conversation.
For those of you who just joined, this is the last Saturday of Women's Month. So we are celebrating and paying homage to our legends and ancestors of music that are female. So I see a lot of folks asking about guys. Well, I'll just see another one. And this is about the women that we're celebrating today.
Yes.
Give me some
So this particular show, actually, I downloaded so much music starting from the 20s going all the way up until our present day people who have recently expired. And I think that we need to, Mickey, if you down with it, maybe once a month at the end of the month or something like that, just come back and talk about some of these people that left us some blueprint on how to we could just talk about some of these people.
Oh, I would love to. I watched Standing in the Shadows last night. All my daddies were on there. The people that I studied with, Earl Van Dyke, Uriel Jones, and it was hard for me to watch it the first time because they had just passed away. But now it just gave me just light to know that the music that I learned with them. So that would be something to deal with the musicians that really influenced a lot of the music that we listen to.
And if we can't get it every month because I'm flaky, you know, I'm flaky, but I know it. My goodness.
Don't admit it.
But I know it. I might as well be transparent about it. Look,
it's not a problem anytime. I mean, with this lockdown that we're on, we're gonna have plenty of time to do stuff. So
exactly. It might be, hey Mickey, you feel like going on? Because that's that's what I'm at.
My butt first, and
Look, you don't even have to shower. Just turn on your.
Oh no, you ain't gonna be looking at me like that. Nope. Sorry.
Yeah. So Monique says, anyone a fan of Little Jimmy Scott? Obviously,
yes.
But he was such a big influence on a lot of the women music population due to his androgynous singing style.
My pianist, one of the pianists, the one you saw in New York, used to play for Little Jimmy Scott, and he loved his singing. And he just left not long ago.
Look at that. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna play a little Sister Rosetta Thorpe, and then we're gonna move on to someone else. But first, you're listening to WJBR Internet Radio. Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez and Mickey Braden.
Up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. Now up above my head, up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. Up above my head, up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes, I really do believe that there's a heaven somewhere. Heaven somewhere. Up above my head, up above my head, I see trouble in the air. I see trouble in the air. Up above my head, up above my head, I see trouble in the air. I see trouble in the air. Up above my head, up above my head, I see trouble in the air. I see trouble in the air. I really do believe, yes, I really do believe that there's a heaven somewhere. Heaven somewhere. Up above my head, I hear the music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear trouble in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. I really do believe, I really do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Heaven somewhere. Up above my head, up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. I said up above my head, up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. Up above my head, up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. I really do believe that is a heaven somewhere. Heaven somewhere. Now up above my head, up above my head, I see trouble in the air. I see trouble in the air. Yes, up above my head, up above my head, I see trouble in the air. I see trouble in the air. Up above my head, up above my head, I
Yeah.
That was her playing.
Yeah.
And who was singing with her is Marie Knight. The play that I did on her was called Marie and Rosetta.
Really?
And it was an amazing piece, matter of fact. But I learned a whole lot about her. I didn't know much about her. I knew who she was, but I didn't know that she was such an influence in the gospel, the rock, the blues, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see baby brother, cousin Corey Grooms is
Baby brother, cousin Corey.
yes, has stepped in. So Corey, this is the incomparable Mickey Braden, Ms. Mickey,
Hi, baby.
who has joined us, and she is helping us to explore the music of the legendary divas of our music. I'm just going to say our music because that encompasses all musical genres, really. All musical genres. There's not a thing that we have not had a hand in.
Not one.
You know.
And the original music of America is African American music.
Exactly.
Exactly.
African music.
Exactly. So what I was gonna do was I was gonna move on with a little more gospel because I found and not for nothing, but some of us souls could use it right now. And I love on a regular day, just on a regular day, playing gospel music by R&B artists. You know what I'm saying? Or inspirational music by or R&B artists. You know what I'm saying? So I just found it interesting to find His Eye is on the Sparrow by Ethel Waters, who is not an R&B, I mean, who's not a gospel artist per se. She was more of a jazz.
In her later life, she was.
Oh, really? Really?
Right. Yeah, she used to do movies, she did plays, but she did more gospel stuff in her later life before she passed.
Right.
That's what people do all of a sudden. I got to Jesus, I've been a sinner.
Reset the Facebook joint, Jay.
Wait, say what?
The live.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll try to work on that. I'll try to work on that for the Facebook folks. You know, there's a issue that Facebook still hasn't come to terms with the fact that we're licensed. And so they cut us off every now and then, but just
the hour thing just expired, the first hour. That's what it is.
Okay. All right. I'll get back to it. I'll come back. I see Patricia's like, come back. I'll come back. But let me play something while I'm trying to come back. Let's see. Who do we want to go to? Let's go to, I want to stay back in that day, and then later we can move later on to more recent people. So let's see who's here. Let us see. How about a little bit of Miss Lena Horne? She's not that far, but she's far. So I'm gonna play a song by Lena Horne, and then Mickey, maybe you can tell us a little something about Miss Horne. Okay. Here's Lena Horne with Out of Nowhere. How about that?
Great song.
from out of nowhere. You took my heart and found it free. Wonderful dreams, wonderful schemes from nowhere. Made every hour sweet as a flower to me. If you should go back to your nowhere, leaving me with a memory, I'll always wait for your return out of nowhere, hoping you'll bring your love to me. Hoping you bring your love to
Yeah, so I'm hold on.
all my life. I've been waiting for you, my wonderful one. I've begun living all my life. All my love has been waiting for you. My life is sublime now that I'm giving all my love. You seem so lovely, so far above me, I'm almost afraid to look. But I adore you, I place before you a heart that's an open book. Oh, my life, hold me close to your heart, but all else above, hold my love, darling, yes, all my love.
was Billy.
I'm just trying to tell you. So yes, there you go. There's a couple of things to talk about while I try to reconnect, because just an FYI, my laptop has been yoga-fied. Therefore, when I click on, now my laptop doesn't know me anymore. It's like, JaVonne who? No, that is not. Are you a yogi? Because so I do, look. So I can't help. So you two, please talk to one another. I will try to get the YouTube, the Facebook thing back on through some other means.
So let me ask a question. Remember the song last week that you were going to play when not last week as in Chaka's birthday, but the show before that you were going to play that you didn't upload by Aretha?
There was a show before Chaka? What are you even talking about? I have
no.
I don't
even know how she is by Chaka.
Oh, do I? Oh my goodness.
I am really not trying to be funny, but I really don't remember anything from that. So what happened?
No, the song
that I was going to play. You want to hear it now?
Yes, if did you stick it up?
No, it was already up there. I already had it. I've always had it. I just didn't play. I didn't remember to play it that day. So just who did we just play? Who did we just play, Mickey?
Billie Holiday.
Oh, Billie Holiday.
Lena Horne and Billie Holiday.
Okay, so Mickey, you stick that in your mental Rolodex and let me play Aretha Franklin. Let me find this.
This was my cleanup song.
Uh-oh.
Every Saturday, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Really?
It had to go on. This Mahalia Jackson had to go on when we were cleaning up.
Hold on, let us find it. Y'all can talk about something else in the meanwhile.
So you were born in Chattanooga?
I was not. I was raised in Chattanooga.
Okay, because that's Bessie Smith's home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to get down there to do the play, at the museum, but wasn't able to swing that gig.
Okay, I got it. Here we go. This is Aretha Franklin by popular demand. Holy, holy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Yeah.
People, we've got to come together because we need the strength, the power, and all of the feeling. We've got to come together because we need Yes, we can. Jesus left a long time ago. Said he would return. He left us a book to believe. Oh, yes, he did. Jesus left, and he said that he would return. But he left that book for us to believe in, and in it we shall get a lot to learn. Oh, Holy Ghost. We can conquer this thing called hate forever, yeah. Holy, 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 holy,
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, yes. So I'm a mess over here because it's been confiscated, and yeah, I can't even fight it. But I did. So for those, I don't know if how to discuss this with the people who were previously watching the Facebook feed, but I have copied the YouTube feed onto both of my Facebook pages. So they can click on that.
Okay.
That seems to still be going. And actually, I guess I could start another Facebook feed, but that would only be on my Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Which it doesn't make sense to do that because it's now 1:00. So, and we've been at it for 2 hours. But I wanted to for you to talk a little bit about Lena Horne before we got off, and a little bit of Billy, and we'll pick up at Billy the next time we get back.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah,
right?
that's good. That's 40s, 50s, really 30s. She start 40s, 50s, and then going upward. Yeah,
Right, because I think we hit those that we wanted to hit for the 20s and 30s, more or less, right? Because Ethel Waters and Dinah Washington, they came like in the 50s, right?
50s. Ethel Waters was early. She was known as a string bean. She was a shake dancer.
Oh, okay. All right. So maybe we can pick up with her actually a little bit. But her, Billy, Dinah Washington, that era, because they kind of started that jazz singing era as well together, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So and even though I'm saying we could touch on Lena Horne now, it's only because she was from that. Well, she was from the 30s, 40s. Also, they're all from that kind of era.
Yeah, starting. There were a lot of Black Broadway shows. There was movies. There was Black production companies doing movies. And she was in quite a few of those. She was that beauty queen. There was an interesting fact about her. I can't remember the name of the movie, but they were saying that there was a woman. It wasn't Invitation of Life or whatever that is. Imitation. It's not that one.
Yeah.
But they called her in for the movie, and they took a taping of her or something like that. Then they tried to figure out how to get her skin color and put it on the white actress that played that particular, because she didn't get the movie. Yeah, but she was our diva. She was beautiful. She worked with Bojangles. She worked with all those folks, not Bojangles, Bill Robinson. She just worked with all these great people. Fats Waller, and she had a beautiful voice. What was that?
I have a Lena. When you're done, I have a Lena story actually.
Tell it.
Oh well, okay. One year, I went to visit a friend that was actually at that time touring with Harry Belafonte, who's also a singer. Shout out to Gina Breedlove.
Oh,
and
Gina.
Gina actually. Yeah. And that's when she was on tour with Harry. And I went over to meet her at, I forget what studio it was, West Side Highway. So I'm waiting for the elevator, push the button, and I'm looking, doing 50 million things while I'm waiting. So the elevator door opens, and I focus and step on, and Lena Horne is standing in front of me. So I immediately said, and she dropped her pen. So I bent down to pick it up, and she said, "Thank you, baby. And you're so long. You got down there before me." Wow. And I was like, she was just as gracious. And she asked me where I was going, and I said, "I'm going up to whatever floor it was, because I had to pick a friend up." And she goes, "Who's your friend?" So I said, "Oh, well, my friend is a singer. I don't know if you know her. Her name is Gina Breedlove, but she's up there singing with." She said, "Oh, Harry." And I said, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." And she says, "Oh, okay." And I think she may have popped in on him earlier. I don't know. But she just said, "Tell everybody hello." I said, "I will." Wow. And off she went, and off I went. And I was just like numb. I was just like, she's
it does that, doesn't it? When you meet those idols of yours. I met Leslie Uggams at an audition. And she came out the audition. All I could do was just reached out my hand and said, "Thank you."
Thank you.
All of a
There you
sudden.
go. Leslie Uggams.
Yeah. Got a chance to spend some time with Leslie Uggams.
Oh wow! I
Yeah.
saw Hallelujah Baby when I was younger.
Oh,
It was good.
hallelujah, baby.
Mhm.
You know what? I met Shaka Khan.
We knew it was coming.
But I wasn't as gracious as either of you. You know what? I love you both to pieces, and I love the music that we shared today, and I love everybody who listened, and God bless you. Knowing the way things are going, and if I'm up to it, we'll do something else tomorrow. Do some more gospel music, and you know, gospel music is really helping me to get through this crazy time right now. So,
Well, I'm enjoying this time. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm really enjoying this piece and hearing my own soul, hearing my own voice.
which this is a great time for that, Mickey, you know, to stop, to reflect, to release and relate, but my job just won't let me. They won't let me. They are hell bent on killing your sister right here. But I'm doing the best I can. I'm whittling it down the amount of time that I have to go in there. And I'm working more and more from home, and but what we do is crucial. And if I wasn't as passionate about the work that we do, I probably and passionate about my future self. You know, after a while, you know, you gotta make a sacrifice. And so this is the life that I'm living, you know? When I stop, and not to be all gospely and shit, but when I look back over my life, I didn't think I was gonna make it this far anyway. Not to say that okay, now like the Republicans, I'm ready to go. I ain't going nowhere. You know, I'm treading softly and carefully, but I have to do what I have to do so that I'll be good when I get older, you know, which prayerfully, knock on some wood. Here we go. Um, you know, I'll make it, you know, but tomorrow's not promised to anybody. So we have to do the best that we can today to make a difference. And hopefully the three of us today made a difference in somebody's life, and educated somebody and entertained somebody else, and maybe educated and entertained another somebody. So I look forward to us doing this again. This is dope, man. I love it. I love the vibe right here. I love this.
Thanks
And
for asking me yesterday.
Say what?
Thanks for asking me yesterday.
And thank you for saying yes. See,
like a true professional, you came through.
Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready.
and that's, you know, I apologize, and you know, because we're friends, I you know, sometimes
those liberties.
you know, I love you. You know what's so funny? As we're talking about the job, one of the people that report to me is calling me right now on my personal phone. Blowing up my phone. And that's okay, because as soon as we get off, I'm going to respond and make sure that she's okay. You know, today is Saturday, isn't it? Don't tell me it's Thursday.
I've been losing track of days. Yeah.
It's Thursday, and I'm sitting here doing this, and they all watching, saying, "Ixnay off the internet, hey." But anyway, y'all, I love you. Let's end this off with a little Stormy Weather by Miss Lena Horne. God bless, and everybody enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time. Life is bare, gloom and misery everywhere. stormy weather. Just can't get my poor self together. I'm weary all the time, so weary all the time. When he went away, the blues walked in and met me. If he stays away, old rocking chair will get me. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more. Can't go on. All I have in life is gone. Stormy weather. Since my man and I ain't together, keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time. I walk around heavy-hearted and sad. Night comes around and I'm still feeling bad. Rain pouring down, blinding every hope I had. This pittering, pattering, beating and spattering drives me mad. Love, 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 love. This misery is just too much for me. Can't go on. Everything I had is gone. Stormy weather. Since my man and I ain't together, keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time.
Thank you.
I never heard that middle verse before.
Wait, say that again?
That middle verse that she did. I never heard that before.
And you know what else is interesting about music? I think probably up until maybe the 80s, all the way through to about the 80s, we had more musical bridges.
Yes.
They stopped making musical bridges. Have you noticed that, Mickey?
Yes. I mean, because they do these 4-chord or 2-chord songs, the same chords throughout, they just change the melody a little bit, but there is no movement in the song.
There's no music movement. I know, and I think somewhere between you and Cheryl, y'all taught me about the bridges, and I have been on the bridges ever since then, and I have been sick in my soul because a lot of the best parts, even especially like in funk music, those bridges. Oh my God, the funk bridge. What?
Yeah, then you get the vamp to take it out,
Yeah, right? The vamp and the bass. Oh my God. So, but it's really refreshing when you listen back to some of that music and you hear the instrumentation, the orchestras, the full orchestra, the strings and everything. It's just beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Rezi, I love you to pieces.
Love you more, man. For sure.
And I'm gonna call this young lady back, and then I'm gonna call my grandma and celebrate to the best of my ability.
Call her fast.
Give me a 3-way.
Oh, okay. I'll try to do that. I'm technologically stressed right now, but I'm gonna try to put you on because and then don't be mad at me that you did that because grandma.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Mickey. Always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much. This was great. This was really great.
All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'll talk to you next time.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. See